So here's the old frame, the original, and you can see here that that this rivet is the same as what's on the 64 frame, so that was my reference point. And there's the back hole. And as I mentioned, pretty much the back end of the truck is pretty much all the same. Through to this hole here on the other frame, it's about an inch difference in location. Spring shackle center is the same. And you can see here I wrote down all my measurements there when I was doing a comparison and stuff, so that sun shining here, I'm getting a glare off the phone. But anyways, I wrote down all the measurements, and like I say, they were side by side, and used a piece of square tubing to get the lay of the frame. So here on this frame, when you put a square tubing across, it was 2 5/8 dip here in the frame from the rise at both ends, and to the cab mount it was 4 3/8 dip, and 5 3/4 is distance out. The 5 3/4 measurement is the same on the other one, but of course the dip is totally different. So that's what I'm working with, and I'm going to see LMC truck. You can buy all these steering components. They have a disc brake kit to go on here, as well as a rack and pinion kit, so you can still keep your straight axle and keep the look. A lot of guys like the look, myself included, of the straight axle, but you can have the benefits of power steering and power brakes and disc brakes. So I'm going to price all that out, and we will go from there. The other day, Blake and I, we made a trip to Devon, and picked up a donor truck. Here I was looking for a 390, but I was having trouble finding one, so I ended up picking up this 68 Ford, and it's got a 360 with a C6 transmission behind it, which is also what I wanted, was C6. And great project truck, solid, runs good, body's rusted in all the typical places on these trucks. This one here, like I said, has the 360 in it, and he put power brakes on it, as well power steering, and a new aluminum core rad in it, new water pump. New transmissions got about 1,000 miles on it, and it was $1,000 rebuild job was on it. New water pump, and he has put electronic ignition on it. This is one of the first electronic module systems that came out. So it's got the electronic box there, as well as the pointless distributor with the inductive coil, or pickup I should say. So he spent some time and money, obviously, to do the changes and stuff. And he's got another project that he wanted to do with his son, so he decided to stop on this one to sell it, so he had some money to work with for his project with his son. So it was all right for us. We went down there. He took us for a drive in it. We loaded it up, brought home, and we took it for a little spin out back. Yesterday, burned a couple donuts in hayfield. Got the revs up, make sure everything held together, and it all sounded good. So the motor and transmission will be coming out of this, and we'll leave it at that for stripping things down for the meantime, until I decide what exactly I'm doing for power steering and stuff on the rest. But anyway, I just thought I would show this old girl. It, like I say, you don't get vehicles doors that close like that nowadays. You can tell it's just a solid old body. So the interior pretty plain, but it's, like I say, it might be a project truck at a later date. And one of the common patches you see out there nowadays is using license plates on these old floorboards. And it was kind of comical when we went there. And you could see that sticking out. He told us before we got there that it needed floor pans and stuff. And also it needs a lower door pillar. Basically the same as the same problem as the one that I had on my 63. So like I say, it needs some work. But I needed donor motor and transmission, and this was available. So that's what it'll be. The box isn't beat up. Looks like it had something dropped at the back there and made a hole, but they pounded it back. But usually this the front of the box is bent, pushed against the cab and stuff, and this one's nice and straight. So it's a good start to another project. But before I start another one, I'm going to finish the one I'm on, and I'll go from there. So there's the old girl. We had some fun with it yesterday, and who knows, we may have fun with it yet another day. So I'll leave it at that for now. Well, I was trying to cut grass, but it got rained out, so I figured I better grab the front clip and bring it in and start working on it. So I'll just go over it quickly here. So the hood's got a couple of marks, scratches, nothing too serious there. But there in the middle, I don't know if you can see on the angle, it looks like the hood is flipped up on this truck when I was driving once or something, and so a little bit of a wow in it there. And then here in the corners where the hinges go, it has rolled the lip over there a little bit, kinked it up. Not sure what took place there. And then here's the other side where the hood hinge goes. So you can see there, she's a little bit of damage. This Mercury crest, it's missing the insert, but I'm pretty sure I can get those. Fender, got some rust there, as well as down on the corner, bottom corner. Rest of it's pretty good. And through here, a little dent there, and then some rust down there. This front pan, or rock guard I've heard it referred to as, it's had some paint scraped off it, but it is in real good shape. Headlight bezel's not too bad. Need a park light. Grill's pretty straight. And a park light. Headlight bezel. Piece along here is real good. Missing the C there for Mercury. Other than that, it's all right. Crest there, pretty good. The hood's got a couple of these bullets on it. I don't believe they were there when I had it. I don't remember them anyways, but they are pretty good shape. Mercury badge there. Driver's fender, rusted through there, rusted out on the bottom. This is the side that I had to cut with a torch because somebody had welded a piece of angle iron on it. The rest of the fender looks okay, grown across the top. And when you get down to the front corner, down there, it's got some rust as well. Well, we'll look at what we can get for parts. I know a full fender is fairly expensive, but they do sell a half fender. It cuts across right here, and then you've got this back half piece. They also sell a piece that just goes up and across here, but I believe a half fender would at least what I need, if not a full fender. Inside there you can see that even the fender support is rusted. I can probably rebuild that. Still got the rubber there that runs down, seals against the cab. Inner fender still has the rubber seal there, and the one that goes along it to the bottom. On the other side, same thing, got the seal there, runs across, in there, and I see that this rubber washer here, the other one had fallen off, but I did pick it up, so I've got it. The rubber's still flexible. They're not hard or nothing, so definitely reusable. Passenger's fender, still got the seal on it as well. Down at the bottom where the clip goes, it's rusted and cracked out. The fender itself doesn't look that bad, but definitely it's got some thinning from rust. So I'll see what I can do there for a couple of fenders. So this will be my next part of the project. Oh, backed into the cab there. So I'll get some pricing. I'll start taking this thing apart and build what I can, and then we'll go from there. I think I'll take all the cresting and bullets off and get them put away in the granary so I don't lose anything. I've been putting all my bolts and hardware and stuff into individual containers for each piece of the project so that I don't lose anything and have a better chance of getting everything back in the right spot. So we'll leave it at that for now, and we'll talk to you later.